He's wiggling this morning, wiggling and wiggling. Are you wiggling for the audience? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, this is my big old Connie Corso. He goes wherever I go. Now he's jumping on me. I've got to put my hand up so he doesn't jump on me. He is my little buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. So if you have a Connie Corso, you know what I'm talking about. Connie Corsos stick by your side day and night. Day and look at that. He's like, why are you telling all my secrets? It's a good dog, y'all. Very, very good dog. And I think Missy's out here too. Let's go see if we can find Missy. Missy's my OG. She's right over there. You can barely see her. Got grass on me. I've been doing a lot of yard work because my dogs, they exact a heavy toll on the backyard from all the playing with toys and stuff. Come here, Missy. Come say hello. Take your time. We'll wait. So this is Missy. She's the mixed dog. She's the OG of the pack. She's about 12 years old now. So good morning, everybody. She loves her morning pets. So there is one pack member that's missing. Come on, let's go. She is sleeping in this morning. So I don't know if she's going to come out or not, but at least we have the Connie Corso out to play. So he's not going to miss a thing. Connie Corsos don't miss a thing. They will always know what's going on. So if you make a move to go outside, they want to know what's going on. Godzilla, what's going on? If you got to get up to go to the bathroom, they want to know what's going on. They're that kind of dog. Last night, Missy wanted to go outside for whatever reason. I think that she's found something to play with, and she's even kind of wandering off over there now. So there's something on the other side of the house over there she just loves to play with. So she wanted to go out at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and my wife was like, okay, I'll let you go out. And then, of course, you know, we have to stay awake until she wants to come back in because, you know, Missy can't get back into the house without our help, because the big dogs, they use the doggy door over there. They can go in and out at will. So hi there, Wackhead. You're new. Welcome. Hey, Ricardo. So Missy was wanting to go outside, so she was staying too long. Of course, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We're awake, and we have to wait on her to come in. And so I finally got tired. I was like, look, I'm going back. I want to go back to sleep. So either she comes in or she's going to have to stay outside. So, ugh. And so I came out here, and Missy was behind the shop over there. And she's still over there. I don't know what she's into, but that little dog over there is on some weird adventure, and she wants to go on that adventure at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, look, we're going to have to set some boundaries here. Oh, there's my big boy. He's my big boy. Somebody said, a funny troll said, pet him. Well, here you go. You ever pet a Connie Corso before? Hi, Biana. Or Bayana, I'm sorry. April 14th is my birthday. Okay, Ricardo. It's coming on up right before tax season. Tax baby. Hey, Terry, what's going on? But this Connie Corso, y'all, will stay by your side 24/7. I'm great, man. Talk about my Connie Corso. This big old, I think oh man, it's been such a long time since I weighed him. I bet he's about 130 right now. He's a big boy. That's a guess, y'all. I don't know how big he is, but I tried to pick him up the other day, and I was like, ooh, boy, you done gained a lot more weight since the last time. He's not overweight or anything. He's just a big boy. Look at that boy. I mean, look at that. He's got a thin waist. He's not, not obese, but he's just thick. He's a thick boy. Yeah, that's a Connie Corso. He's a brindle color Connie Corso. Yeah, he's a sweet dog. But if you're not used to Cane Corsos, you know that they have some special needs. They have special needs. See, a C3PO, he can, I think if he stands on his back legs, his front legs will reach over my head. So, yeah, I think if you look, you really can't get the full scale of him. But this guy, he's pretty tall. He's really linky. That's the thing. His body is very, very, very long. You being so good. Are you being a cute boy? Yes, you are. You being a cute boy. Yeah. So every time the pool guy comes by, he has a hissy fit, man. He's really protective of the property. So if anybody's not supposed to be here, he will let you know. And that's kind of like his programming. His programming is like his territory is his territory, nobody else's. I hope Storm comes out in a minute, so you guys get to meet Storm. She's probably taking a nap. So right here in Texas, it's like almost 70 degrees. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. It's like 8:45 in the morning. It's 70 degrees. There's a slight breeze in the wind. So for him, this feels like heaven, I bet. He's in the grass, cool grass. He got getting love and pets. His big sister is not here to bother him. The little sister is over there on an adventure in the backyard. So this is heaven to this dog. And I don't mind doing it, guys. This is the stuff I don't mind giving him love for. If he's calm, cool, collected, not bothering anybody, not barking at anybody, not causing any trouble, man, you give that dog some love. Give him some love. People always like to give their dogs love at very, very strange and weird times. But I try to emphasize giving them love whenever they're just chill. Because I want them to be more like that, right? I don't mind them playing and having a good time. I encourage that as well. But what I don't want them to do is like jump on me or, you know, take over my space or, you know what I mean? That's not the time that you want to give them love. You want to give them love when they're like this, when they're just being calm and submissive. He's got his leg up. This is where it's at, y'all. This is where life is good with the Cane Corso. All right, let's play. Let's play. Come on. Let's go play with something. It's a lot of love, dude. Let's go play. You want to play? You want to play? I got this chicken over here. You want to play with this chicken? He's like, I don't want to play. Give me that love. You want to play with this chicken? Come on, man. That's all you want to do all day is play and then get cute. Come on, I got this chicken. Oh, I knew it wasn't going to last long. You ready? You go get it? You go get it? Go get it. Oh, he almost lost interest. Oh, you got it. Oh, you got it, boy. Woo. I don't think he's going to run after it if I throw it. Oh. I would like to take him. Hey, Kashana's in the house. Long time no see. What's going on? How you been, bro? Yeah, man. It's me and Rain and Missy's out in the backyard somewhere. Storm has not entered. Oh, the Storm enters the building. She couldn't last. It wasn't going to last long. Storm has entered the building, everybody. Good morning, Storm. Come say hello to everybody. Come say hello. Ooh. First, hey, Rain. Uh-oh, guys. Here comes the water gun. Let's give Rain the squirt because he wants to play too much. Oh, get some water. That dog a little slow in the head. No, he's not. Because Sean says, "What's up, brother? I thought about y'all the other day, and then stumbled on this live. I've been taking a break from the internet. Hope all well. That's good, man. As long as I'm glad you're doing well. Yeah, we're doing fine, man. We're just hanging in there, enjoying life, taking it one day at a time. The dogs are doing well. You know, oh, he almost fell on something. What was that? A little bit of misstep. Yeah, everything's good, man. You know, I get the feeling with the taking a break from the internet because it does get tiring after a while. Unless you do this for a living, like if this is your day-to-day job, fine. But life goes on when you have other obligations and jobs. You know what I mean? So I get it. I totally get it. But I just like showing the dogs and people that follow my dogs. I want them to at least know how they're doing, and especially if somebody's trying to get a big dog like this and they're just kind of trying to follow the day-to-day process. You know, so I do try to keep it alive, keep it going. Oh, I know they would love some peanut butter. Kapachi. They would want nothing more right now than a big scoop of peanut butter, but they're gonna have to work for something like that. That's a tall treat there. Tall order. Vox is back. The local neighborhood terrorist. Clyde, I think he's about, I'm telling you, I think he's 130. I haven't weighed him in a while, but you can see he's got some weight to him on the shoulders, and he slims down in the middle, so he's not overweight, but he is getting thick. He's getting thick. So I'd say probably about 130 if I had to guess. But I don't know officially because it's been a long time since I weighed him. Where you going, Missy? She wants to go on an adventure with Storm. Storm is hiding. Oh, she's needs some privacy, I think. Needs a little bit of privacy. Oh, man. Storm. Storm. What are you doing, baby? Come here. Oh, I think she's not finished. I think she's got some more to let go, y'all. She's sniffing the ground. Yeah, so the other day, the pool guy came, and I'm trying to watch a movie, right? I took off this week, so my dogs got the most exercise they've gotten in a long time because every time I'm off, man, these guys, I work them because they love to run, they love to play. So when I'm off, man, I take advantage of the opportunity and give them their heart's desire. Let them run the neighborhood. I keep them on leash. I don't let my dogs go off leash in the neighborhood because I don't trust them to stay beside me the whole time. This guy probably could stay beside me, but he is very, very reactive to other dogs and sometimes people, but more so other dogs. So if I let him be off leash while I'm walking in the neighborhood, he would run and go hang out with the other dogs. So I don't. I never do that. I always walk him with the leash on. It would take some work. I think it would take some work for me to get him to where he's no longer reactive to other dogs. Rain is the Corso. Yes, Rain is the Corso. Hitler Loda said, "Hello, what's going on, Hitler?" That's kind of an interesting name there. ABC123 says, "Hey mate, I'm from Turkey. I want to marry with a black woman. What can I do about it?" Answer that, please. ABC. I'm talking about Makani Corso. If you want a black woman, you're gonna have to come to somewhere where there's black women and press a black woman. uh, I met my lady in college. We met the first day that we were doing the orientation, and we've been together almost ever since. So 25 years, man. Uh, Pit bull victim awareness. What is that supposed to mean? I don't follow you. Vox is going crazy. Look at you, boy. This is his thing all morning long. He's been like this. It's been, but I think it's because it's such a beautiful day. I mean, the temperature out here is beautiful. The weather is great. I mean, why not come out here and lay down and just enjoy the backyard? One thing I do like about having the bigger backyard like this is that they do have some off leash time. Most of their time really is off leash, where they can run around and play. Storm's up there on an adventure in the backyard. Missy, that little dog, where'd she go? She's probably over there. She loves this yard because she was always the dog would the moment that you weren't paying attention and she was off leash, she'd be running the neighborhood. She would inch her way around the corner, inch, 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 and then she's off. So she likes exploring. That is in her nature. But here in this big backyard, she finds things to just explore. She goes behind the shop, just anywhere where no one can see her. She just loves it. So I that's one thing I will, pride what my wife and I did by getting a larger 1 acre lot, because the big dogs, they really, really enjoy that extra space. Now, is it enough for them? Not really. That's why I run them. That's why I take them on their leashes, and I use my ATV over there to run them. I jump on there and I'll put them on the, I put them on their leashes, and I hold the leash while I'm driving, y'all, and they just run right beside me, kind of almost like in a heel position. He's next to me, and then Storm is on the outside, and they just love it. They love it, and they get to go. They go about I say up to 8 to 9 miles per hour whenever they're, maybe over 10 whenever they're like galloping. When they're really galloping, they'll hit like probably 11 mile per hour. But it's not, usually it's like for 10 seconds or so, and then we drop down to about 7 or 8 miles per hour. That's their cruising pace, 7 miles per hour. You know, I'd love to run with them. With them, like me running with them. The problem is that I just keeping up with their pace. They're a little bit better shape than I am. You know, but more so than that, if they get excited and they want to pull off, and if when I'm running that fast, it's difficult for me to hold a dog or two dogs. Either with and I know they make these belt things, but man, I think if they decided to run off, boop, I'd tumble on the ground. I don't think it's safe for me to run that fast with them at 11 miles per hour. Trying to hold my dogs. Okay, it looks to me like Vox has very bad intentions. So I don't have my moderators on here. So we're gonna put you timeout. Vox is not. He's not being a team player here. He's just causing drama. He's probably some little kid that interested more in creating mess than he is interested in trying to add to the discussion. Like, I mean, I like having fun, but I'm actually serious. My dogs, mean the world to me, and this guy is acting like this is some joke or something. You don't spend this kind of money and this kind of effort with dogs like this for stupid jokes like that. I rarely get upset on this channel. You never see me get upset. But when people think that I'm not serious about my dogs, that's whenever you've crossed the line with me, because I love these animals. I've done a lot to make sure that they're safe. I've done a lot to make sure that they have well-adjusted lives, So I don't take that very lightly. It's a huge investment. It's a lot of money that I put into these, a lot of time, a lot of effort. I love them. So sorry if I'm usually a nice guy, but that you don't, and I think that's the reason why whoever Vox was, I think that was his point, is try to change my emotion to see what he can do. It's like a little kid, they knock something over when they're babies and see what happens. Now my poor Rottweiler's like, what are you talking about, Daddy? I'm not in trouble, am I? No, you're fine, baby. You're fine. Do you ever pull in with rain? So, I don't have anything right now where rain can pull, but that would be so much fun. He'll pull with me. Like if I grab a toy, and him and I will play tug of war, and he'll play tug of war with Storm. Those two, they'll pull a toy together. Let's see if I can get something like that going, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Come on. We'll see if we can get a game of tug of war going for you, just to show you, because they do pull against each other, which is really nice. But I don't have like a sleigh, or because I used to have a tire where I put a rope around the tire and then they can grab it. But let's see, this is the toy pile here. It looks pretty ratty, but maybe this one. Let me try this one. Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? Woo! Woo! Whoa! So now they want the squeaky toy right now. Stormy! Storm! Look what I got. Look what I got. Oh, there we go. Oh, the squeaky toy is more interesting right now than tug of war. But yeah, so I mean, they do a little tug like that, but it'd be nice to have something that they can pull, like a sleigh. I do have a trike with an apparatus on the side of the trike where they can run alongside with me, and I used that whenever she was a puppy. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys ever seen that, but it's like a bike with three wheels, and you sit on it like I don't know, you sit on it like a chair, and then you pedal with your feet sitting down, and then on the sides of it is the actually, let me show. I think I still have it. Give me 1 second. Let me show you what I'm talking about. A picture's worth 1,000 words. You guys can maybe watch the dogs in the background. I want to get into the shop so I can show you. Oh, here it is. It's a little dusty, but you see what I'm talking about, where I'm sitting on the trike here, and on the sides is where the dogs, they get in the harness and they pull alongside of me. I don't work for this company, but I'm not even trying to show their information, but it's kind of a neat little setup. So if you have a dog that likes to run and you want to exercise with them, this is kind of a cool way of doing it, where you get to pedal in the front and they get to pull on the side. Now I had a second one on this side as well, because so you can see where the apparatus used to be, but Storm broke it trying to get away to go play with another dog. So I've kind of put it to the side. But yeah, that was a cool little thing. Missy, did you come in here? I'll let her come out later. But anyway, I like that. So it's one way they can pull, and it gives them some like resistance type training to, mix it up, because they like to work. These are working dogs, as they always say. So Emma says Connie Corsos are so chilled and great protectors. They are definitely that. Tina, your dog is so adorable and cute. Thank you, Tina. Like an iron rack with plates. NFL style. We like that. Sled pull is the right name, I guess. That's an interesting thought, because I've got some plates. I don't know if he'd like that. Now he has. Let me show you another thing that I use with him. I use a weighted vest with him. I probably have it inside the house. But anyway, he has a vest that I put over his back, and it snaps on around his chest, and it's about 8 or so pounds. Ring around the rosy. But that weighted vest adds a lot of resistance when he's running, or if he's playing like this. It adds like some extra resistance to him. So, I think all that stuff adds up to, being a positive thing for him, because he just wants to burn that energy. He wants to, he's got all that muscle. He got to do something with it. Otherwise, it's just dissatisfied, So between our long runs, now say long, I don't mean like more than a mile. We try to stick with about a mile. If we run the community, a mile is pretty good because they're heavy dogs and their joints aren't necessarily made to be doing stuff that like Dobermans are doing, or 5 or 6 miles. I don't ever do that with my dogs. They get a mile in, and that's generally all they need, or even less than a mile. But we try to go fast so that he can really, really burn that energy off. And if that's not enough, I use the weighted vest. But that'd be cool to see him pull like a sleigh, put some weight on the back, and have him drag it around. That could be fun. Like I said, I did have a tire. The tire was fun. I think the tire one maybe was a little too big because sometimes they didn't want to play with it. Maybe like a smaller tire, 40, 50 pounds or something like that. Hey, big girl. Hey, baby. She's like, I got it and run off. There. What do you think about that, Rain? She took your toy. What do you think about that? Yeah, exercise is huge, man. These dogs have to have it. They gotta have the exercise. No exercise, no happy dog. Like I said, luckily they use a lot of the exercise on each other, which was our goal from the very beginning. We had Storm a little bit longer than we had Rain, and she did have a brother, and we lost him to a collar accident, and but we couldn't keep her alone because she's got too much energy and too much drive. So we got her a playmate, and he's been great for her. It doesn't come with its challenges. I'm telling you, there's challenges there, but when it's good like this, it's good. They have a great time. Clyde, yeah, that's true. You definitely, I would, yeah, man. You can't just let these dogs be lap dogs and just sit on the couch all day. I mean, they will do that. I think a Cane Corso, you could not when they're puppies. When they're two, they have way too much energy. But I think when they get older, they can be like lap dogs to a degree. But I don't think they're as happy whenever they have an opportunity to run like this and play and burn calories and have challenges. I think the way I've explained this before, and this is the way I explain it, is dogs lives in general are very, very short. So to build perspective, if you think about this dog living only 8 years, which is like a tenth of our life, right? So that imagine your one day is like 10 days to them, for instance. It's not exact math, but it's not exactly how it works, but I'm just giving you a perspective. So if you sat around all day, that's like a human sitting in one spot for 10 days. We work hard, right? We go to work and we burn energy getting dressed and all the meetings and all the issues that we have to deal with work, and then we come home and we relax, right? And you're like, oh, I've had a rough day. It feels so good to finally sit down, get in front of the TV, get something to eat, get something to drink. It's a satisfying feeling. But if you're sitting there watching TV every single day and not doing anything, no perspective of work, I don't know that that's really a good life. So every day that you don't give them a purpose or give them something to do or have fun like this, man, that's just like 10 days sitting there watching TV and doing nothing. Yeah, that's definitely tug of war. Daryl says that he has a Connie Corso as well. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, right? Daryl, it's like they need that energy release. The other bad part, the other downside is if you don't give it to them, especially when they're puppies, they will take it out on your furniture. You know what I mean? They will bite your couch. He took out one of the moldings on the side corner of the wall. He just started biting on that, and I'm like, so I come home and I was like, boy, but he was bored. He didn't have anything else to do. Ooh, yeah. So Edwin, that's a very interesting comment. So Edwin says my friend had a Connie Corso, got to be dangerous. So my question to you is, did they set boundaries with that Connie Corso? Did they work with him, or was it just like they let him be whoever he was going to be and do whatever he wanted to do? That would be my question. So, did you ever see them at any time give that dog commands, like to sit down or lay down or move? And what was that dog's reaction? Was he like laughing at you, like I'm not doing what you say do, or was he like, okay, sure, sure, yes, yes, Dad, I want to please you? What was his reaction? What was that Connie Corso's reaction whenever? First of all, did you ever see them lay any boundaries with that dog? Like tell them get off the couch and they got down immediately, or sit whenever they were supposed to? Did you see any evidence that they were offering any sort of boundaries for that dog? So Clyde, I don't, my wife and I, we started off with the little dogs. We like having, like, I like animals in general, but we had the little ones. My wife had a love for Rottweilers. Love Rottweilers, always had. So when my coworker was like, I got a Rottweiler, and she's getting ready to have puppies, and it's full blood, and she found the perfect male for him, and she's got two puppies, available. And I was like, I called my wife. I was like, this is your opportunity. This is a coworker. They're giving us a really great deal. And my wife's like, sure, let's do it. That's how it happened. But we had Missy for what, 6 years. And we had already learned kind of the basics of dog training. Again, we don't train for our dogs for a living or train dogs for a living, but we had some experience with setting boundaries and commands and things like that, with the little dog. So when we stepped up to the Rottweiler, of course, we done a lot of research. We were online almost every day looking at videos and trying to figure out how to keep these Rottweilers safe. And, because big dogs come with big responsibilities, man. These things can be dangerous, is basically what Edwin was saying. Yes, they did. His wife always kept the dog in check. Interesting. Very interesting, Edwin. So there was boundary set and this dog still became dangerous. So the next question, was it a male dog, and was it neutered? So since we got the Rottweiler, and our Rottweilers are just wonderful dogs. We loved them. We trained them very well. We wanted them to have the best life ever. And so when the we lost her brother, we wanted a bigger dog than she is, and the reason why is because of her personality. You may not can tell from, if you're new to watching us, you may not know that she's very aggressive. She loves extremely hard, but she's very, very demanding. And when she plays, she goes right for biting the neck, you know. And she's been that way since a very, very puppy, a very small puppy. The moment that we brought them home, she was riding on top of her brother, and I had to correct her. I was correcting her and, making her stop, raising my voice and giving her the poking the little dog so that so she would stop her behavior, but she never really would. She always wants to play rough, like like she's he was the male Rottweiler. He was okay. He don't mind playing, but he was not like her. So I'm like, well, since that's the kind of personality she's has, and I really wasn't successful in making her completely change. Now she's sweet, don't get me wrong, and she'll follow the commands, and I'll do she will do everything I ask her to do. She's very, very obedient, but she just loves to play rough, and I have to always, like, kind of like Edwin was saying, keep her in check. Mel was not fixed. Edwin, I wonder if that has anything to do with that, because we started having a few issues with him. Like, that testosterone drive was really, really high with him, and he wanted to mate with her all the time, and it was always conflict. He was marking inside the house, peeing on everything. He wanted to pee on the couch, he wanted to pee on furniture, he was possessing everything. And my wife had already been excuse me, she was tracking the testosterone load for a while. I was just trying to hold on to his hormones as long as I could. Because there's so much data that says that they do better when they have their hormones, or some other people say it's not that big a deal without the hormones. So I tried to at least give him a couple years of hormones of his own testosterone for growth and development and things like that. And but finally, it got to the point where I had to just like, you know what, we got to get rid of him. So we had him neutered, and it slowly but surely he stopped marking in the house. He was a little less insisting on he still kind of puts his paw on top of her to like a dominating thing, but he is infinitely better, infinitely better than he was before. So I would always pet the dog, but I always watch his body language. That's absolutely correct, Edwin. And I'm not gonna. I would be lying if I said I don't watch him closely. She's been around the Brahma so long. I've known her for so long. I really got her personality memorized, I guess. Him, it's very. I pay more attention to him because he's 2 years old, you know, and I've seen him retaliate before with another family member. Now the circumstances behind that was family member doesn't have very good leadership skills and was not interacting with him. Okay, so every time he would kind of slowly challenge her, and she wasn't quite picking up on the signs, and I really wasn't doing a great job either because I would stand up for her. I'd be like, Rain, don't stand up to it was grandma. Don't stand up to grandma, and push him out of the way, whatever. And grandma never took that role herself. She would just let me or anyone else around kind of do that. Well, one day, grandma was trying to sit on the couch. My wife had told him to get down and had invited the grandma to sit next to her, and he turned around and bit her. Now I wasn't in the room when it happened, but and this is the dog that I was like, he's sweet. How can he do something like that? But the thing of it is that grandma never responded to his signals of dominance, like, because he kept asking her, are you my leader? Are you a leader? Are you ahead of me? Are you above me? And she never would say yes or no. So he started saying, well, maybe you're not. Maybe you're lower on the totem pole. So you're not going to take my spot on the couch. I'm above you. And that's what it ended up being. So we learned a lesson that day. We learned, hey, you got to take your dog. These dogs, even though they may be sweet to you, but you have to learn whenever they're when they're testing other people, in terms of like, because, and it's not like there are other family members that come around him and they tell him sit down and he listens, he obeys, because it's not that he won't listen to you, but if he's trying to give you, if he's trying to size you up in terms of like, are you above him? And I don't mean like go off and kill anybody. I don't think he has that necessarily in him, but he does need to know if you're an alpha or not. And if you don't tell them that you're alpha, he'll assume otherwise, that he's over you. That's one thing. If you've ever watched Missy's over there at the door. If you ever watched Missy interact with him, she established dominance day one with this guy. Day one. Daniel says, oh, big boofy babies. Crafty Budgie Mama says, hi, everyone. Hey, Crafting Budgie Mama. HY. Oh, I had Roddy. Love Roddy's beautiful dogs. Thank you. The dog was my friend's second Corso. He thought that he may have been the dog's genetics was bad. Why either female is always testing me. Yeah, so that's interesting that, one thing that we did before we got him was we wanted to make sure that he came from a line of good Cane Corsos that had good temperaments, because, there may be some truth to the idea that maybe this particular breed of Cane Corso is more aggressive, or, if you get a dog like that, it's going to be more work on you to make sure that, that things are safe. But the nice thing about this dog, the way we got him was my coworker. So if you guys watch Ozzy the Cane Corso, she's got a nice channel, big, huge channel over there, and but she's my coworker too, and she has several Cane Corsos, and she ended up finding a gentleman out of California who had a litter of Connie Corsos, and she did all the research, brought home the one of his females, and just a wonderful. We drove all the way to California, met with that dog's parents, met the mom, met the father. And of course they're like champion Connie Corsos, and just an amazing impression. Wonderful, sweet dogs, and and of course by that time he was a couple months old before we got him, and I think his personality was already coming through, and he just ended up being just a sweetheart. But even though he's a sweetheart, even though he's as sweet as you think, I mean, look at this. How is this? Look at that. You're like, this dog is so sweet and submissive. Even though that's the case, we still set really good boundaries with him, really hard boundaries. What's up, big girl? My Roddy. CBM is fine. Oh, CBM. I got it. I said I'm gonna call you CBM. How old are yours? So the Rottweiler should be 5 this November, and he's just 2. Missy, come here. Come, Missy. And then Missy, of course, she's 12 years old, almost pushing 12. Missy, come here, baby. Missy, come here. Guys, I've been trying to protect my yard, so these weird gates out here that I'm laying on the ground, they're I'm using like that whole like how when cattle overgraze on a particular area. Come here, Missy. Come show everybody who you. Hey, I'm not talking to you. You go back. Back. Come here, Missy. Come say hello. So, and she's the oldest one of the pack, but she wants to go inside the house, so she's not. But you see her. But yeah, so these gates are kind of just to help keep them from walking on the same area over and over. So I'm going to move it around, like, to block different areas to get my grass to grow back. It's them golden eyes. But yeah, we enjoy it, but I think Edwin's onto something. He's talking about that these dogs can be dangerous, guys. I mean, I don't want to sugarcoat that at all, because if you think that you can get a big dog like the Connie Corso and not learn all the signs and learn, if you feel like that's not part of the job, I think you're in for a surprise. I mean, I'm sure there's some Connie Corso that will be just absolutely perfect and never ever do anything wrong, whatever. I'm sure there's a dog out there like that. But I think as an average thought, you should make sure that you have the abilities to at least understand where the dog comes from, and at least have some idea what you're working with or what you're going to be faced with. Start off from the very beginning. Start off with setting good boundaries, tell the dog what he cannot do, and then enforce those boundaries and make sure that they're listening to you. Make sure every member in your family has that same privilege. Okay, so that requires family members to be leaders. Okay, unfortunately, it's like a contract with your family. And if you have members of your family that come over frequently and don't want to take on that role, then you have to make accommodations. That's the thing that I learned. So what he does, he either goes into his kennel, or if he's in the kennel too long, I put a muzzle on him around grandma, because if grandma's not, if she's not really in the mood for trying to learn how to be a dog leader, if that's not what her thing is, then we have to make arrangements around it. Now, if she just decides that she wants to go ahead and start setting boundaries with him and start giving him that leadership vibe, because again, these dogs aren't speaking English, but they do understand body language. They understand when you're upset. They understand when you're being serious. I rarely see her pull him. That's weird. Look at that. He's always dragging her around. She eyes me. But my Roddy though, she's just such a love bug, man. She's just a love bug. Edwin says, I had a blockhead lab that was great around kids that someone gave me, but it would try to fight and try to fight other dogs and had to take it to a kill show. Oh, wow. Dang, Edwin, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, sometimes dogs are like that. You know, like he's good with people. Like if I take him to Walmart, not Walmart, but to like Tractor Supply store, or if I take him to Lowe's, he'll let people interact with him and he'll just, he's cool, let people touch him and everything. But if he sees another dog come in, all of a sudden he's ready to go bark, He wants to go interact and I really have to give him a lot of commands and a lot of negative feedback whenever he does that in the store because I'm trying to if I'm socializing him to other dogs, he has to at least be able to not overreact just at the thought or at the sight of dogs. He has to at least tolerate seeing another dog without it reacting. It's just a slow, gradual process, of course. My neighbor, he has a dog that's really, really reactive. And one time I was walking them in the streets, and he had his little dog off leash, and that little dog just ran out in the street with these big dogs. And I was really concerned because I wasn't sure if I think she would have been okay with it, but I wasn't sure if he was going to bite the dog's head off, you know. And I genuinely got scared, and I was like trying to tell my neighbor, "Hey man, come get your little dog, man, because I'm these two dogs are big, okay, and I'm not a small guy. I had enough muscle to kind of at least hold them back from just breaking free. But hey, look, your dog keeps coming right up to them. They're asking for it. And I'm like, dude, you cannot have your dog off leash, number one, especially if it's reactive like that, you know? And so we finally kind of broke free, and his dog, by some miracle, was saved from having any injuries to that dog. But I was so shook up by that. I went to Facebook on the Facebook comments and I was like, hey, as a group, as a community announcement, please, if you have little dogs off leash, make sure they can handle people walking by with their dog before you leave them off leash, because if not, my big dogs could have ended your little dog's life. Of course, my neighbor was pissed. Oh, he was so mad. He was like, "Oh, you can't, why'd you air out all this, and you can come talk to me, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I tried to see if he was had his own and he said that to me in person. But I did go back to Facebook and try to send him a direct message, private message. Hey, look, you know what? Would you be interested in working with our dogs? Because it's not just my dog that's got the issue. Look at them; they're like talking to each other. You know, my dog needs to training. Your dog needs to training. Why don't we work together? So I messaged I think it was his wife who I messaged. She was on Facebook. He doesn't have a Facebook account, and she's like, well, maybe he'll be interested. And then I didn't hear nothing after that. Zero, nothing. I'm like, okay, so you guys are telling me you're mad because I called you out. Not really called you out. I called out the community because I didn't even say his name or his house. I just made a general announcement. But but there was an opportunity where we could have worked together as neighbors to desensitize both of our dogs, you know. But my thought is maybe he's just not ready to start setting boundaries with his little dog, because sometimes with these little dogs, people just ignore their bad behavior because they're tiny. They can get away with it. But my dog, these big dogs, you really can't get away with that. You have to actually correct that behavior, or else it turns into something bad. You can't just like go grab your dog and set it down if it's dead set on doing what it wants to do and you have no control over him. So, but that was a missed opportunity, because we could have easily, he could have had a leash on his dog in his front yard, and I could pretend to be walking my Cane Corso. And the moment that my Cane Corso reacts to that dog, I could give him negative feedback, like, kind of the Cesar Millan thing, to give him the feedback. I don't want you to do that. And he could be doing the same thing to his dog. He can be like telling his dog, nope, nope, giving the dog, hey, I don't want you to do that. Don't you start running away from me because you see big dogs walking in the street. And if we kept going and kept working with that and rewarding the good behavior, once we get them to the point where they don't react to each other, we could, give them treats and all that good stuff. We could have got to the point where I'm able to walk around with my dog not bark, his dog not leave his property, and we could have worked on it. The problem is that Sometimes people don't want to do all that. They don't want to do all the work when it comes to training your dog. CBM says they also know not to trust. I would love to did her. She's beautiful. Fuss not did. Oh, okay. I'm not understanding that. I hate when people can't look at after their pets' expression. Yes, 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 yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. CBM. You have to take responsibility. Someone gave the dog to me, so I tried to handle it, but it was escape artist. Some dogs are like that, Edwin. I've had friends who had these type of dogs. They let them out in the garden. He said, "Be careful. He may bite you." Guess they didn't want me to want to me shock the owner. Well, wait, hold on. So CBM, what did you say? You're saying that your friend said their dog may bite you, but you were, but you, I'm assuming you have skills there. Is that what you're saying? Wow. If the dog is running loose, just call the city on him. Yes, you're spot on. Your advice is sounding. Yeah. So Edwin, I I prefer. I'd rather not have to call the city, right? Like I'd actually rather neighbors work together. And I like to see both of us succeed with our dogs. But I think, but the thing about it is sometimes people are unaware. They get dogs and they think that the dogs can just be items, like they're just like toys. To sit on, they're animated toys that you just put food out and water, and that's it. And they don't do the rest of it. And I think in the situation where you're having a behavior issue and you have to work on it, they're kind of like oblivious. They're like, don't fuss at me because I have a dog and you got a dog too. So don't fuss at me. And I'm like, no, you got to do more than that. If your dog has got issues, you got to work on those issues. So I'm sorry that your other neighbors having to call you out on your issues, but it's okay. Let's work together. I'm also willing to work with you. I'm that kind of guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm not just gonna take your dog away from you. Have the city come take it because I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm like, listen, there's a win-win for the situation. There's a win-win where my dog learns, your dog learns, and we're all happy as neighbors. But you got to convince your neighbor that it's worth doing. Did y'all kill the chicken? The chicken? You killed the chicken? Boy, you killed this chicken? Let me see that chicken. Let me have that chicken. Let me see. Let me see. Now, let me see this. Let me have this chicken. Wow, you didn't tore up the chicken. Here, you can play with it. Wait. Let me look at it again. Let me look at it again. Oh, you want me to give it to you? Well, I'll give it to you when I want to. Yeah. You wanna run for it. Here you go, buddy. You can play with your chicken. He's something else. But yeah, I enjoy working with my dogs. It does take time. It is a lot of energy. It is a lot of work on you as a dog owner, but it is worth it. Once you do have a well-adjusted family and your pack is happy, it's worth it. How is the Rottweiler? What do you mean, Edwin? Do you mean like how is her temperament? Because she's really good though. At the end of the day, this dog, I mean, she's really really sweet. At least to me, she's kind of my spirit animal, and she bonded to me really from the beginning, and so I enjoy having her. But I do know that she's, like I said, she's really really spicy, and she's sensitive but spicy. So one good thing I have on her is that she's eager to please me. She really doesn't want to be in trouble. At the end of the day, if I'm mad at her or if, somebody's mad at her, she's really sensitive to that. So I use that to my advantage. Like if she's doing something that I don't like, but you see how she goes for the neck whenever she goes. Right now she's just kind of like see, but you see how dominant she is like that? That's what I'm talking about. She's really rough. She hates it when he outperforms her, like right now, he did that just to show, look, I'm bigger and badder, and she got offended of that, and that's her personality right there. She gets really sensitive about this. Let's see how he interacts with her. I mean, they're still playing. It's just a very, very aggressive type play. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it has to do with just her. Oh, look! He just flew off of that ledge. That is hilarious. That was hilarious. Oh, they're behind them. He's having the time of his life. Well, thank you, CBM. I appreciate that. She says she loved watching the lives. I appreciate you. I'd rather get a female if I had a choice. Yeah, I love watching them play too. This is, they're doing a lot of they're showing a lot of their teeth, but they're not really biting each other. It's just, but but it does look like they're getting a little serious. So whenever it gets too serious like that, this is what I do. I just grab my little water gun, and I get in the mix of it. So you can see right now that's like a dominating position where they're sizing each other up. As long as they're keeping it on the happy end, he goes inside the house. Here, you want some water? Here. Matter of fact, why don't you go get some water? Go get some water. Go get you some water. I know you're thirsty. Storm, go get you water. Go get some water. Come on. Storm, go get some water. All right, hey, it's been fun, Edwin. Thanks for hanging out with us. We come on Sunday morning, so if you guys want to follow them and keep up with how they're growing and how they're advancing, I'll usually give updates every Sunday morning at about 8:30 or so. And we stay on for about an hour just to give everybody. And one thing I do like about doing the lives is that it's not an edited video. What you see is what it really truly is. Like when I have issues and I have problems, you see me deal with them on the spot, and because a lot of times the training videos are great, which I love. I learned so much from the training videos, but I know there's scenarios that they probably rather not show because it's not 100% always gravy. Okay. So, but it's nice to show those times so people are aware whenever things don't go like you want them to do, want them to go. And with a live, you can't edit this. It is what it is. It's happening on the spot. So that's one thing I try to do with this channel is I try to at least offer that perspective is what it's like to live with these dogs live. And if I got an issue, I got an issue. Sometimes now there's times I've had to actually stop the stream because they were getting out of hand or something went down, but at least I'm not faking it. I'm not faking this at all. This is real. Oh man, I think I've been on for about an hour myself, so I maybe, and they need to go on a run too, so they've already played, but hey, why not top it off with some extra exercise? I'm gonna fire up that puppy over there. No pun intended. I'm gonna fire up that golf cart thing over there, and then we're gonna put on our leashes, and then we're gonna hit the streets. We're gonna go for a nice little run. Little Missy though, she has to go for a walk. She can't run with the pack. These big dogs are going way too fast for her. She getting old. She gotta protect her limbs. But this dog right here, she loves it. Yes, she does. She loves it. Oh, well, thank you, CBMs had to resub you for. Oh, I wonder what happened. I don't know. Sometimes YouTube plays games with people. Like I don't know. One time I was, my one of my subscribers kind of fell off one time, and I don't know why. And I noticed it, and I was like, "How is it that I know they didn't unsubscribe, but thanks for subbing. I appreciate it." Yeah, thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank y'all for all the thumbs up that this morning. Got 21 this morning. That's awesome. Thank y'all so much for doing that. Storm and Rain, appreciate it. Yeah, I heard that. So Edwin, yeah, sometimes the dog will establish dominance. I think Storm found a lizard. Let's go see what Stormer's doing over here. I think she found a lizard. There's Missy. What have you been getting into back here, Missy? Is there something back here? Is there a snake or something back here? What are you into? What up, Stormy? Did you find a lizard? Normally she's chasing after lizards back here. Is this the new hangout spot? Oh, this is the dirt spot. This is where you've been getting dirty at. Storm, why are you getting dirty? Huh? Why are you getting so dirty? You don't know you like dirty? My goodness, look at you. Look how dirty you are. Girl. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and head on out and take these dogs for a run. We're going to, like I said, we're going to put on our leashes and then we'll hit the streets a little bit and get some exercise before. So we have a nice, relax. And this is a beautiful day to be out, too. Ooh, it's such a beautiful day. All right, guys, if y'all have any more last comments, I'm going to go ahead and hang on up like it's a phone call. Thank you for a great live. Take care. Catch you on the next one. Thank you so much, CBM. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Peace out.